Here at 6:30 this morning, TSA has rolled out more tech at the Spokane airport, which means more people will have less contact with TSA. Coming up, how it could impact your wait time at the airport.
And this morning, we want to hear from you. Head over to Twitter and vote in our live poll about a university requiring vaccines for students this fall.
And a beautiful look at the sunrise on this Friday morning, shaping up to be an excellent day weather-wise today. And for most of the weekend, well, we might close out things on Sunday with some strong winds.
Up with KREM begins now.
Well, just in time for spring. The spring market at the Pavilion is opening this April. The free event will feature local vendors and food. It'll start on Wednesday, April 7th and run every Wednesday until May 12th from 3 to 7. Coronavirus protocols will be in place. If you're interested in becoming a vendor, head over to their Facebook page, the Spring Market at the Pavilion. I think that sounds like a great way to kick off April, wouldn't you say, Dana Marie?
Huge smile on my face this morning. I love markets. It's just so much fun to be able to support local, get fresh ingredients, and do some stuff that a little bit back to normal as a community.
And especially now with this weather turning out the way that it is, Thomas, I feel like every time we start to look at the weather warming up, snow's done, rain's done, now we get events like this to celebrate it, right?
Yeah, just the Pavilion is a beautiful spot, pretty much year round. I mean, I love that they even light it up every single night, even through the winter. It is a staple in Spokane.
Well, is it going to be a staple weather-wise today in terms of looking outside?
You know,
be nice?
Good enough for March.
Okay.
We will take this. I mean, the sunshine and the sunrise this morning is already an excellent start. We missed out on it the last 2 days, so we will take as much sunshine as we can get. But per March standards, it is a bit chilly out there, so do make sure to grab the heavier jacket, but you might be able to wear something lighter by the afternoon hours. This is where we stand as of right now. A couple spots below freezing, including Deer Park, Coeur d'Alene, St. Mary's. You're below 32 degrees. Everybody else kind of hanging on to the mid-30s as of right now. So a cool morning, but we warm up pretty easily once we're past sunrise here, and the highs will top out in the mid-50s. So shaping up to be a pretty nice day, especially for March standards. Nothing, crazy. It's not going to be too memorable, but at least warm enough. Now, that's our next weather system that you see on the left side of your screen. That swirly massive cloud cover, that's our weather maker. It's going to latch onto the jet stream, and it's going to produce some very strong winds heading into Sunday evening. So coming up, I'm going to be tracking when that arrives, when the strongest winds are going to be felt, and the implications that is going to have on our area in the inland northwest. So a very detailed forecast coming up this half hour here on Up with KREM.
And speaking of spring-like weather, spring break travel is ramping up and it's expected to increase more and more. So TSA are making a couple of changes. As we all begin to refamiliarize ourselves with airport etiquette and policies, there are some new additions to TSA checkpoints you will need to know about. TSA has rolled out new technology to reduce touch points in the screening process. The goal is to make the screening process safer. Now, here's what you should expect. First, when travelers approach the travel document checking podium, they will be asked to insert or scan their photo identification. The self-service unit eliminates the need to hand over ID and boarding passes to a TSA officer and reduce potential cross-contamination.
These were already in the pipeline before the pandemic. We accelerated the rollout because we realized there was a real advantage.
So just put it right in that box there. It's like an ATM. Just the ID goes in right in here.
This self-service unit eliminates the need to hand over photo ID and that boarding pass. TSA has also upgraded its carry-on baggage scanner and now creates a 3D image of scanned items.
The CT scanner, it can take longer to resolve what the contents of that bag is, but if it's you're the traveler who doesn't need to get a bag check as a result, it really doesn't matter because you are the one who has less physical contact with the TSA.
This allows a TSA officer to clear the contents of a bag for security threats without having to manually open it. And the best part, this 3D scanner allows you to keep your electronics in your bag. Currently, the new technology is only used in some parts of the Spokane airport.
Here at 6:35 this morning, here are 3 things you need to know today about COVID-19. Number 1, social distancing in Washington classrooms has been changed from 6 feet to 3 feet. The change follows guidance from Governor Jay Inslee, President Biden, and the CDC. School districts will now need to adjust their plans based on this new guidance. Spokane Public Schools and Central Valley leaders say their boards will have to assess the options and make a decision at a later date. Masks will still be required. Number 2, according to the Spokane Regional Health District, a variant of COVID-19 first detected in California was recently detected in the Spokane area. The CDC has named it a variant of concern, and early research suggests it may be more infectious and could potentially cause more severe disease. And number 3, Rutgers University will require all students to be fully vaccinated for COVID-19 ahead of its fall 2021 semester. Students without access to their on-campus facilities will not have to prove vaccination, and students can request an exemption from the vaccine for medical or religious reasons. Rutgers and many other colleges and universities do already require students to have several different vaccinations before enrolling. Let's check in with Dana Marie McNichol as we ask what you at home think about this move.
That's right, Joshua. We have a live Twitter poll on social media right now. We're asking you if you agree with this, having students to be vaccinated before they return to campus online right now. And we're going to take a look at some of those results. So 72% of you this morning are saying yes, compared to the 28% saying no. We've also gotten a couple of comments. So if you have something to say, 509-448-2000. We were going to be looking at your responses all morning long. Definitely something that people are speaking about, as this is one of the first universities that are saying, hey, we need to get our students vaccinated before they return to campus.
Well, coming up today, take a look at your screen. Did you see this image last night? See that? After the break, talking to a UW professor about what exactly that is and where it came from.
And we're also detailing just how strong the winds are going to be for this upcoming weekend with this next weather system that's set to arrive late Sunday night. Your full forecast is coming up after the break.